Okay, hopefully we're connected. Now, very much an experiment tonight, so let's see how we go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come around in front of the camera. Now, straight up, you're not going to see much. It's pitch black out here, but let me come around and hopefully, hello, how are we all? Let me know what the light's like. Audio should be fine. You can see, you can't see, I'm out here trying to get the Milky Way shot, and don't know how well you see, but basically I'm in front of my tree. I'm in front of my favourite tree. I've already set the camera up down here and I've got everything ready. So what I'll do is I'll take the shots. I'm going to have to turn all the lights off when I take the shots. But what I'll do is I'll run through all my camera settings. I'll show you the photos on the back of the camera because I know that they'll come through fine. And I'll try and have this on as much as I can while I'm talking to you guys. But first off, yeah, what's the audio like? Let's check the audio. Can you see me for starters? And I'll come around and check the audio. So hello, g'day Birdman, how are you? Don't forget the Milky spray. I've already forgotten the Milky spray, believe it or not. Kath, what's the cloud situation like? Cloud has just cleared. On my way here it was very cloudy. The cloud has just cleared. So let me know what the audio is like. So yeah, can we have someone confirm that the audio is working, that you can hear me, and that you can see me? Because at the moment I'm getting nothing. So I can see that we've got 8 people in here. So yeah, if someone can just confirm that everything's working okay. Never tried a night live stream before, so I don't know what's going on at the moment. If it doesn't, and look, the only reason I want to do it on live stream is because this is one of my shots. This is one of the shots that I want to get. So, yeah, let me know. There's no one commenting at the moment. Okay, I've just restarted. So let me come back out in front again. Everything looks a bit better at my end this time. I'm going to come around in front. Let's keep that light on there. Okay, let's try again. Hopefully it was just the stream getting off to a bad start. So let me know what it's like now. Hopefully we're back up and running. I'll just confirm. I've had to restart the stream, so just hit the refresh button. Hopefully after a little while we'll be able to see me, because yeah, we're getting really close to, like, we've still got a bit of time before the Milky Way gets low enough for the shot that I want. I really do want that Milky Way across the horizon. But hello, hopefully you can see me again. And once I can confirm that we're up and running, yeah, I might need to actually I don't know how we're going to go. Once I take my shot, I'm going to have to turn the lights off when I take the shot. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, never tried this before, so there's only one way to find out whether it works or not, and that's to try it. All right, I'm going to come back and check the chat. Hi, Dad. Hello, Jade. Are we working? Yeah, it's doing that thing again where I'm getting the same message 100 times. All good, we can see and hear. Working well, good, all good. Can see and hear. All right, I'll just give it a little while. I just get the feeling that once this sort of goes completely dark, the stream might have a bit of a hissy fit. So we've got 6 people in here at the moment. I'll try and keep as much light. G'day Shane, how are you? Birdman, much better. Good. Okay, good. Looks like we're back. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, we might struggle when I turn the torch off. We might struggle a little bit, but we'll see how we go. I'll try and do this quickly. Well, when I say quickly, I'm going to take my time. So yeah, you might just have to watch a bit of a black screen for a while I take the photos. So basically what we're doing is, yes, it's part of my award-winning challenge. And this is a shot that I want. I want my lone tree with the Milky Way. So that's what we're doing. It's going to be a pano. I've got, yeah, look, to be honest, it's not really a Milky Way setup. I'm using my Canon 6D. I've got the 17-40 f4, so I will be shooting at f4 at 15 seconds and ISO 6400. So not the ideal Milky Way setup, but it works. It works for me. All right, can we confirm that can we confirm that you can hear me again? Settings on camera. Yeah, I just went through the settings. I'll just give it a minute to catch up. I'm going to come out in front again. Yeah, I get the feeling that this isn't going to go down well. I just get the feeling that once the stream sees like pitch black, it's just going to drop out. So just give it another minute to catch up. I'll try and keep the light on as long as I possibly can. So hopefully you can see me okay. Now I'm just going to go take another test shot. So I did just run through my settings. It's probably going to buffer by the sound of it. I want this off while I take my shot. Anyway, I'm going to take a test shot with the lights on. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens with the light on. Yeah, no, blown out. All right, we're getting close to where I want to be. I need to be taking photos now. So yeah, this is a bit of a test. Let me know. I'm going to come back around this way. Much better settings on camera. Yes, all good still. Sound good. Okay, good. All right, I'm going to go and do my shot. I will talk through what I'm doing. Yeah, look, there's every chance the stream could drop out. It's so dark out here. I'm not too confident. It's not going to be the most exciting stream of all time. So I will try and talk through what I'm doing. For starters, while we've got some light, I'm in portrait mode. Okay, I'm down as low as I can so I can get my tree in focus. I've got my tripod set so I can just freely spin it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire off around about 7 shots, and I'm just going to pan right across. Okay, and the plan is to get it all in one shot. And when I say in one shot, one sweep. Okay, now I need to keep an eye out for planes and things like that because I don't want to be cloning things out of my shot. But what I'm going to do is fire off a series of shots. I've got my tripod level. I've used my little bubble float to get it as level as possible. So yeah, F4, 15 seconds, ISO 6400. I'm going to light paint the tree a little bit. And yeah, let's see how we go. So I'm just about ready. So yeah, look, I do apologise if the stream doesn't work. Yeah, like I said, it's a bit of a test. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the light off. I'm going to put the torch on my head and pray that you stay with me because this could be my award-winning shot and no one's going to see it. No one's going to see what actually happens. All right, lights out. Turn the torch on the top of my head. Okay, so I'm about to start my pan. I've got to do it fairly quickly too because the Milky Way is moving quick. The Milky Way is moving quite quick at the moment. So I am going to start my shots. So lights out, lights out. You're not going to see anything. Yeah, when you do a Milky Way, everything has to be completely dark. We want no lights at all. So what I'm going to do, as I pan around, I'm only going to light up the tree. I'm hoping that there's enough water on the ground. Now this is going to be a bit tricky. I'm hoping there's enough water on the ground that we'll get some nice reflections. I don't want my torch to light up the ground too much. I just want to light up that tree. Okay, again, I'm not too concerned with my foreground. I don't care if the foreground's pitch black. There's enough water and ripples that we'll see a little bit. So as I pan around and get closer to that tree, at this stage it's all about the Milky Way. So once I get closer to the tree, I will light paint that tree a little. Just very quickly, I've got a very weak light and I'm only going to light paint it for a few seconds just to get a little bit of colour in it. Okay, so hopefully you're all still with me. Yeah, like I said, I've got to do this as quick as possible. So let me just quickly light paint that tree as we move around. So yeah, for anyone new to the channel, this is very much an experiment. I don't know how it's going to work, but let's see how we go. Alright, again, I'm just going to light paint that tree, just very, very lightly. I just want it to be lit up just a little bit, and then I'll show you my shots once I'm done. We'll go through the photos. But yeah, Milky Way is moving quite quickly at this time of night, so 15 seconds. 15-second exposure just to stop our light trails. I could push it up to 20 easily. I could even push it to 25, 30. But just because once it gets closer to the horizon, it does move quicker. When it's up high in the sky, it doesn't move quite so quick, which is a bit of an optical illusion, but it happens. I've got my light painting of the tree. Hopefully the stream's still working. I'll come and check it in a minute. I'll come and check the chat. I'm going to fire off my pano and see how we go. And with panos, I want a fair bit of overlap. Okay, I do want that Milky Way a little bit lower in the sky, because I do like to have a bit of overlap, because when you do a stitch a pano together, you do lose quite a bit, both top, bottom and sides. Especially when you're shooting wide angle. It's not ideal to do a pano at 17mm, but with a Milky Way and without all the without all the fancy gear, just using an f4 lens. An f4 lens, no tracker, no stacker. I'm just keeping it simple. Keeping it simple. Okay. That's it. Let's come and check the chat and see what's happening. Turn my torch back on. Okay, are you still with me? Let's see. Let's see if you're still there. Screen is black, but we can hear. Oh, good. That's all I'm really worried about. G'day, Jason. How are you? The picture still looks good. Ah, good. Let me just bear. There is a little red light showing. Good. G'day, John. How are you? John Carter's in. Screen black, but we can hear. Good. G'day, Pam. How are you? Birdman. Richard Taddy is the master of light painting. Yeah, Richard Taddy's very good. He is very good, and that's his specialty. His specialty is nightscapes, hence his YouTube channel. So yeah, if people want to learn how to do astrophotography, don't listen to me. Go and have a look at, I think his YouTube channel is called Nightscape Images. Richard Taddy he's the master of nightscapes. I use 50% overlap when doing my Milky Way panos and shoot at 40mm on a tracker. Okay, yep. All right, yeah, I don't have all the fancy astro gear. I'm not an astrophotographer. I do it because I like it. And I try and, I'm going to show you the shots. Turn that torch off for a second. Yeah, I'm not an astrophotographer. I am a landscape, seascape photographer. But I do like astro. I do like it. All right, I'm going to bring this around and show you the shots. And that'll be right. We've got a bit of cloud come in. Okay, so there's the last shot in the stitch. And I'll just sort of go through. You can see a bit of clouds just come in at the end there. So these are the raw files straight off the back of the camera. So yeah, F4. You don't need the fancy gear for astro. You really don't. Yes, it helps and it's going to make your shots better, but tell me you wouldn't be happy with that. And once that stitches together, it'll be quite nice. Yeah, that cloud at the end. But see how I overlap? So this is it's all one shot. I'm just going backwards and forwards between it. So that is my pano. Yeah, that cloud. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. I don't mind that little bit of cloud there. Add something. Yeah. Now that I look at it, I can see the light painting there. The light painting's a bit too harsh in that image. I'm going to have to go again. All right, let me go again. Yeah, I do apologise for the darkness that we're all looking at. Peter Fam, how are you? G'day, Fammy. We're out for some astrophotography. I hope you just saw those images, because I'm going to go and get some more before this sun gets too low in the sky. John, I once tracked for 5 hours straight at 3 minutes each panel, but I have since gone with shorter exposures. Yeah, look, like I said, I understand the tracking. I have tried stacking before. I have stacked images. Never tracked them though. Like I said, I enjoy my astrophotography. All right, hang on. I'm just got to concentrate for a second here. I'm going to go lights out again. We will go black. I'm just going to do what I did before, and hopefully the cloud has moved a little bit. So again, I'll talk through what I'm doing. Yeah, I apologise for the darkness, but we're doing astro, and I'm not a professional astrophotographer, so it is what it is. I was waiting for my eyes to readjust. I cannot see anything at the moment. I might actually light paint every image this time, just to keep some consistency. Okay, so most important thing, tripod is level. My tripod is absolutely level, because when you're doing a pano on a wide angle, you need it to be level. I'm just focused on infinity. Again, I'm using an old 60D. I don't have focus tracking and peaking and blinkies and all that fancy gear. Don't need it. All right, here we go. So 2-second timer. Let me just quickly, I'm going to paint the foreground just a little bit. I can hear all sorts of things in the bushes behind me. It's too cold for crocodiles, I hope. I do seriously need to just sort of keep my wits about me. So next shot. Again, I want to try and do this as quickly as possible, because that Milky Way is moving. Yeah, welcome everyone. Very much an experiment. This one, shooting at night time, you're not going to see much. Oh, is that a plane up there? It probably is. All right, we're getting around to the tree. Oh, there's a beam of light out on the horizon. There's some car headlights out there. It can actually make something a little bit interesting when you have those car headlights out there. So I'm not too concerned about them. Not too concerned about them at all. All right, and as I get closer to the tree, I'm just going to light paint the tree very, very lightly. Like I said, I don't want to, you know, I could probably do separate exposures for the tree, for the foreground, but one of the little rules I've put on myself is not to do too much exposure blending, and I want to try and keep everything as simple as possible. Okay, I don't want to have to do stacking and tracking and multiple exposures and all that sort of stuff. Let's see what we can do with an old camera, an old lens. Not ideal astrophotography equipment. Full frame camera definitely helps. So that's one thing that, you know, I highly recommend that if you want to get into astrophotography, a full frame camera definitely helps. Can be done with a crop sensor, and it's a video I've been planning on. I pulled out the old 50D one night, and the 50D tops out at ISO 3200. Goes up to a high mode of 6400. And for an old camera with a native ISO at 3200, they're fine. The images are fine. I keep seeing cars over near where our car's parked. I hope our car's there when we get back. Oh, what's that? I just had something a bit funky in the shot then. Not sure what that was. Might be the car in the back. It is too. There's a car just driving around in the background, and I'm getting his headlights as squiggles in the shot. Alright, I'm just going to redo that last shot. There's a couple of cars driving around. I don't want all those squiggles in my shot. Come on, off you go. Alright, that's it. Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to clone anything out of my shots. If it's in the shot, it's in the shot. I'm not cloning things out. A shooting star would be bloody amazing if we got one of them. Definitely believing that in. Alright, let's have a look. I'll bring this back up. Yeah, there's a few people sort of walking around. Driving around. Alright, let me show you the last lot of shots now. Let me check the chat. Fammy. Birdman, that's awesome. Peter Pham. Just logged in from Sunny Coast. Oh, Peter Hall. How are you, Peter? Sunny Coast. Oh, it's nice down there. I'll be down there soon, hopefully. It's Superman. Oh, geez, wouldn't that be good? But no, it can't be Superman because I'm here. John Carter, I find the old Microsoft ICE. I actually tried to get hold of that old Microsoft ICE software and I couldn't get it. So I use Sequator. Sequator is the one that I use. But yeah, like I said, let me show you the shots. So this is my last pano. And you'll see sort of just those cars on the horizon. I had to take it. Oh, what was that? No, that's just the lights. Okay, and then we do the pano. Yeah, it looks like there's a bit of cloud. Oh, let me zoom out a bit. Looks like there's a bit of cloud zooming in on the horizon again. There's the light on the horizon. Yeah, it looks alright. Actually, looks like it's got a bit of a green tint to it, which is nice. We could be getting some of that air glow. Okay, that's not too bad. I reckon I'm almost done. The main thing I'm worried about is the top. Having enough up here that when I stitch it together, I like to have a bit of space at the top. Another thing I like to do is just zoom in on those stars and make sure that they are stars and they're not lines. They look perfect. So yeah, look, f4, ISO 6400, it works. Yes, ideally I would like to have a 1.4 or a 1.8, even 2.8 would be nice, but yeah, you don't need it. It's Kangaroo fox, yes, that'd be nice. If get a kangaroo fox in front of the tree, that would be really good. Let me grab... Bear with me, I'm working in the dark. I'm trying to... I find it hard to do a few things at once. Where's my glasses? Down in that pocket. Yeah, there's a car that keeps driving around out near my car. Yeah, Milky Way is getting into a really good position now, so I'm going to take a few shots. Okay, like I said, I've got a bit going on. I'm going to do another sweep. Composition-wise, it's perfect. It's exactly where I want it to be. I'm going to light paint a little bit of the foreground again, so I'm going to do another sweep. So bear with me while everything goes black. Do that really quickly this time, just to light up our foreground a little bit. And then I'll have a look at it. And yes, I could push it out to 20 seconds. I could comfortably push it out to 20 seconds. But 15 seconds, 6. Get a little bit of light down there. And yes, like I said, it's not going to be the most exciting stream you've ever watched. But yeah, it's the joys of shooting at night time. Even the little mic behind me is throwing out a little bit of light, which isn't ideal. Let me remember what I'm actually doing here. I've just got to try and remember I'm taking photos. Not to worry about my talking too much. But it's a super clear night. Hervey Bay, I'd say it 1,000 times. We've got everything here. Literally a 5-minute drive from home, 15-minute walk, and I can drive 5 minutes from home and get clear skies. Hervey Bay's amazing. Not many places that are sort of in a town. You can literally drive 5 minutes out of town and get decent Milky Way shots. We are very lucky. We are very lucky. Like Bundaberg, how far is that? It's about 100 k's away. And they're the lights I can see in the background. So Bundaberg's probably the biggest city that's nearby that actually throws out some light. It's about 100 k's away, and I can see, even with the naked eye, I can see Bundaberg almost as clear as day, to tell the truth. So yeah, not ideal astro, but good. Good enough for me. Like I said, I'm not an astrophotographer. I just love being out here. Love being out here watching the stars, listening to all the noises in the bushes and getting a bit of a panic attack. And the good thing is, being in the middle of winter, I don't have to worry about crocodiles. Okay, that tide's going to be coming in soon. Let me get another shot. Yeah, tide's on its way in. I've still got a fair bit of time. I still have a fair bit of time before I have to worry about the tide. There is another tree I want to get as well. I actually prefer the other tree. I do have another tree which I think makes an even better shot than this one. Whether I get time tonight or not is a different story. Let me come and show you those shots. Yeah, don't know whether I'll get to that other tree tonight. Okay, let me get back this. Yeah, every time the screen goes black, the chat's doing funky things. So there's my last pano. And you know what? I reckon that foreground's too bright now. I've light painted a bit too much in my foreground. You know what? I'm going to do one with no light painting at all. Oh, I don't know. I need that tree lit up. I do need that tree lit up. The light painting isn't severe. I think we can probably fix it. It's not like it's blown out. I reckon that might be it, because why not? And again, I'm just going to zoom in, check my stars, make sure I'm in focus. I'll do a video on focus soon, but check this out, okay? I'm focused on those stars. So for anyone worried about focus, okay, focus on infinity, those stars are pin sharp. If I go down to that tree, have a look at that. That tree is also pin sharp, and it's probably about 5 meters in front of me. So yeah, so I have a bit of a theory about focus, and just focus on infinity, especially with a wide angle lens, and your depth of field is fine. So yep, look back to it. I know I can see the chat's doing a few weird things. I'm going to do another swipe. Bear with me, I'm going to turn the torches off again. And I noticed when I got here, I thought I should just check my battery. My battery was down to 30% and my spare battery is in my other bag. So I don't have a spare battery. And that's 30%. 30% should get me through. Should still get me through. Just going to light paint the tree this time. So lights out completely. I do apologise for everyone watching a black screen. But it's a one-off thing. I'm only doing this once. I'm not going to do another Astro live stream. But yeah, part of the challenge is that I have to capture it during a live stream. You can see the results in it. I'm going to live stream where I show you how I process them. It helped me choose which ones we actually submit. Okay, so with the Pano Awards, I'm going to submit three photos, and I'm going to get everyone to help me choose which 3 photos they think I should submit. So then that way, if my photos don't win, I can blame you for choosing the wrong photos. Nah, we'll be right. And yeah, you'll see when I do this live stream and we go through the Pano photos, go through last year's winners. Yeah, good luck. Good luck to me, I say. There's some amazing photos in there. I'll do a live stream soon. And we'll actually look at the Pano Awards website. If no one's had a look, have a look at Epson Pano Awards. You get to see the top 100 photos for the last, I think, 10 years almost. Have a look. There's definitely a theme in last year's photos, and the theme was mountains. So we're going to have our work cut out. Okay.